Hey, what's good? What's happening? What's cracking? It's your girl, Lady Rev, with another episode of Talking Out the Side of the Neck. A Poet Speaks. Whole lot of gang shit going on. And this is part 2 with Love Nika.
Hello, everybody. Me again.
So we gonna get it cracking with another poem.
Yes, ma'am.
She gonna spit the hot fire for us real quick, and then we gonna walk through it.
Hi, everybody. So this is more like a spiritual kind of poem. When we give the rundown of it now, or just after I'm done?
After you done.
Okay, got you. All right. This doesn't have a title. Often I pray to God to restore my faith in Him, because as I try to move forward, sometimes I lose sight of my faith. On my way, I seem to get distracted in this worldly temptation we live in. I keep praying to God to forgive me for I have sinned. On those nights I can't sleep because my restless soul isn't at ease. All that I have done has caused me not to sleep. Tossing and turning in my sheets, now I'm down on my knees, both hands up to my chest, asking God to help me get out of this mess. I know I put myself into some shit that He will not bless. Now I need to do my part as I shut off some of this stress. Going to these tarot readers, I will not get the answers that I claim to seek. These crystals are not my guides. One thing I know is that the devil is a lie. Now I know if I put my trust in God and truly be a walking example of what He can do, I know I can touch a lot of lost souls and bless them too. I should walk into my purpose without fear, without shame. Trust that God got me. The spiritually in tune folks know how hard and easy this is to maintain. Sometimes it's hard to trust something that you cannot see. Growing up in the type of environment that I have, does God hear me? Does He see me? Are my prayers not loud enough? Sometimes I smoke myself into an in and out of body experience and drink till I can't see. Silently crying out for help. Does my loved one see me? I'm drowning while numbing the pain because reality is just too hard to face. However, if I don't speak my truth, I'm just hurting myself. Ain't no telling how many lives I can save. Looking back on my life, I have questioned, where was God? Where was God when I was 8 years old and that nigga was a teen that raped me? Where was God when I seen women in my family get beat? Where was God when my cousin was murdered? Where was God when I prayed hard late nights to take me? Does God hear little black girls from the ghetto? Or does He look over us like everyone else do? I went from leaving an emotional, verbal, and physically abusive relationship, which led me to the arms of a married man. It felt right, to the high of the affair wore off and reality hit me. Then suddenly I ended up pregnant by a high school crush twice. Fuck my life. I have bruises and scars can't no one else see because it's deeply rooted in my soul. I try my hardest not to turn cold. No one knows how much I carry on my heart. Walk with my head held high, shoulders back, trying to be a light for others while I hurt myself. Gotta play the cards that I was dealt. Dealing with karmic consequences, still right, wrong, or indifferent is God I seek. Understand thine own sufferings of the things I've reaped. Those who know me intimately because I don't let motherfuckers get too close know I have the biggest heart and will give my last to the ones I love the most. Still leery, yet walking into my purpose. May be beautifully broken, yet still nervous. I may still struggle where I belong till I remind myself of Corinthians 16 verses 13. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong.
This is definitely a deep poem. Very deep and very personal. For
and to be honest with you, this was a freestyle. I was at work on a 30-minute break. I could not stop writing. And this is the only poem I can honestly say I didn't even edit. You know how when you write shit, you going over and over and over it?
Yeah.
I didn't even go over it. It was like I wrote it and I just knew I was done.
Wow.
That was it. I'm probably going to share some real deep shit.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
It's all good. This is the space for it.
Yeah, honestly, I didn't tell nobody at the time. I wrote this when I was pregnant for the second time. So me putting in the poem, I ended up pregnant by a high school crush twice. The first pregnancy was by that same person, and the second one during this time was by that same person. And I just knew I didn't want it, and I was mad at myself that I allowed it to happen again, or whatever. And it's gonna be in a separate poem, but a decision whether you want to keep it or not. It was hard for me to do so because I thought if I was ever in that position, I would be ready and whatever. You know how you just playing your
you just
life.
Don't really know,
yeah, and then life happens to you and you be like, nah, that's actually not what I want, and I don't want it with you. So yeah, I feel like this may sound weird, but I feel like the pregnancy inspired me to write this poem, to come out with this, if that makes sense. So yeah. Honestly, I never thought I would write a poem like.
Let these loud motherfuckers with their damn bike.
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you good.
I thought he was been gone and he came back.
Right. I never thought I would share this kind of stuff, but I haven't performed this poem. I would say maybe I performed this poem twice publicly because it's very open. You feel me? It's very deep and it's so personal. It
takes a lot of bravery.
Yeah, girl. I remember actually I read it at that one place we was at. Remember?
Oh, and
On the Real.
On the Real.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's where I read it first time.
It was that other one that was like in that place that was on the corner. Man, I missed that one because I went outside.
Oh, you did.
I was outside.
Dang, because I sure did watch you.
I think I was smoking a black. You went before me though.
I think I did. You was last.
I was like dead ass.
But we was both last.
Yeah, they did us dirty on that one. They did us dirty. We were supposed to be at the beginning of the show.
For real though.
And instead we had to listen to a bunch of motherfuckers talking about eating pussy and all this other shit. For hours, nigga. For hours.
Yeah, 4 hours.
So I think I was outside because I was kind of frustrated. I was just like,
I kept going outside too, and I don't even smoke.
Man, I think I was outside smoking too. I for sure was outside. Like, let me hit this blunt before I fuck around and spaz on somebody.
Yeah, so for real. Yeah, for real.
So my apologies. I definitely.
No, you good. But it was so quiet in there when I got done. I think everybody was like, shit, what the fuck do you say?
They didn't know what to.
Right.
You know, it's crazy because it's hard to gauge what poetry to share with what audience.
True. That is true.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just want to release stuff because we want to release it. But when you deal with like audiences who are just not connecting. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel
it makes
like
you question shit sometimes. Like,
audience, I'm like, man. Because I felt the same way. I felt like I was rushed off the stage. So I was just like.
Yeah, it was a time limit all of a sudden.
All of a sudden it was a big ass time limit. So.
Yeah, I never.
I don't know. I don't think that they wasn't here for that type of poetry. You know what I'm saying? They just want to hear.
I remember what poem you spit. It was deep too. You definitely.
So our shit was too deep that day. Like they just wanted to hear some regular nigga shit about fucking and hoeing and sucking. That's literally what the context was for the whole show.
It was like that
the whole show.
It was a whole lot of dumb shit going on.
Nigga shit going on. Okay, but yes, go ahead.
Damn, I don't even know what to say, but I just felt like I needed to get that out during that time in my life because I actually wrote this in 2019. And my point in writing poems is, regardless of how old or recent it is, especially with the old ones, I want it to be like, damn, you wrote that then? Like I want it to be timeless, and I've been working on versatility. Like each poem that you hear is gonna be different from the last. You feel me? But I don't know. I just felt the need to get this out for myself because as when you write something like hard in your life or whatever, it's for you to heal from. Even though you put it out there for the world, it's for you though. You feel me? But what I had loved when I got off the stage when I did this poem that day, people was coming up to me sharing their story and was like, thank you for even saying woo 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 because I've been through woo woo and all this other stuff, and they was like, that's bravery. Some people was even crying. And it'd be different, no offense to the women or anything, but it'd be different when men be coming up to me and they say certain things or what they went through, or that happened to me when I was a kid and it was a family member or whatever. I'm like, oh damn, because you don't think shit happens to little boys.
Right.
So it's always people think it's always girls, but it happens to boys too. So I was like, damn, when some of them had came up to me and said what they said.
Wow.
And
healing yourself also heals others.
Right. That's real. And my favorite line out of one of my favorite lines out of the poem was, does God hear little black girls from the ghetto? Because it's like you pray, growing in a black household. They push religion on you, Christianity at that, and you know, just certain things surrounding that. And they always teach you to pray. They teach you to pray at an early age. Mm-hmm. And it's like, well, when don't nothing get better, you just be like, well, shit, do you hear me? Yeah. What the fuck? You know, all this bad shit is going on in my life, or what's going on in the neighborhood, what's going on, stupid shit at school. You be like, well, shit, do he hear me? You know what I'm saying? Because I've definitely felt like that a lot of times. You know, when I didn't see no change. You feel me? And then it's like the other line, silently crying out for help. Does my loved one see me? And I just feel like, you know, being the oldest child, everybody come to you and it's like, well, you know, I want to cry too. I want to lash out too. Can I have a day when I do that? Because I definitely let y'all do that. And then it's like, and I used to drink. Can't nobody out drink me. All right. And it's worse if I'm feeling some kind of way. So it's just like, y'all tell me about my drinking, but y'all not asking, well, what's wrong? Why are you drinking like that?
Looking at the symptom, but not the actual cause.
Yeah. Shit is always deeper than the surface. You feel me? So that's where that line comes from, alongside with that. I'm drowning while numbing the pain because reality is just too hard to face. You know, you deal with some secrets that you never share with nobody. So it's just like, and you still be haunted by that shit. You feel me? And it makes me, till this day, I still want to go, like, talk to a therapist about old shit, you know?
No, you should.
Yeah.
And we have to, like, you know, one of the easiest ways for us to heal, not an easy way, but one of the most important ways to heal is to release.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? To, like, speak it out, to express it. With no judgment, no conditions, no ties.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, therapy becomes super essential, because we got friends and family and stuff that say that they'll support us in those ways, and then they might fuck around and judge us, or might fuck around and tell somebody else their secret and shit like that. So we need, like, safe, confident ways to express and release, so it doesn't cause more trauma on top of us releasing the trauma we're talking about. So yeah, I feel that.
And the truth will shake up a motherfucking family. Okay.
It does.
Yeah, but it's needed though. And you know, black families have a habit of sweeping shit under the rug. Yeah. One thing I don't like about I'm gonna use this as an example. Like, families will hide the molester or the rapist in the family, but if that person gay, it's all bad. What the fuck is that? They shame you and all this other shit, and it's just like, well, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather a motherfucker live in their truth in that than hide that so the family be looked a certain way. Like, nah, fuck that. That person need therapy, and y'all need to figure it out, and you know, whatever. But I just, like, I notice that in families, you know, that they do that. They'll hide that secret, but not with the gay person, or treat the gay person like an outcast. I don't like that.
Yeah, I have a lot of friends who have expressed, like, that they've gone through rape experiences by people in the family, and the family kind of forces them to just be like, oh, don't say nothing, or you still got to eat with this person, you still have to fellowship with this person. You really kind of got to act like...
And you know, it's crazy how common it is. And I could always pick up on who it happened to for some reason. I'm like, I don't know if it's because it happened to me or what. I would never forget one time I was sitting up in church in Sacramento, and they was talking about rape and molestation, and then they was like, if you don't tell your cousins the truth, they're not going to tell you. And it just randomly came to me, and I had conversation with each of them separate occasions, and it all happened to them by people we knew. Not necessarily family, but people we grew up with. It's always somebody you know, of course, but yeah. And mine wasn't within the family, but there's still some family ties with that person. You feel me? But I never share that with nobody, honestly. Like, I put it in a poem, but I never just told, like, my mama or told my aunties or anything.
It's hard. It's hard to break that line.
And it wasn't even that I didn't think nobody would believe me. Who do I feel safe enough to share this with? Yeah. You feel me?
It's definitely a safety thing.
Right. And I'm like, that's sad looking back, like, I didn't feel safe enough to tell nobody that. But, you know, my mom and them was hella young, and everybody was just partying and just doing them and chasing niggas or bitches or whatever. So I just never felt like, you know, whatever.
Your focus wasn't on that.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's how I feel. Oh, and my other favorite line is, I should walk into my purpose without fear, without shame, and trust that God got me. I always try to keep that in mind. Like, whenever I feel doubtful or I'm scared about something, that should push me further to do something. Like, I do feel like poetry is my calling, and I feel like, what I have to share and what I have to say, that's my purpose, to help other people look at things a certain way. And going back to what I said in the prior one, that they not alone. Like, I've been through X, Y, and Z, but I'm here now. I'm in a better space and all that. And maybe that could help somebody, like, damn, okay, so she went through X, Y, and Z. And if she got through that, I know I could get through what I got going on right now.
Right.
Or get past my past, to get to where I'm at. Do you have any questions, Miss Kiana?
I'm looking over it right now myself.
Well, while you're looking, all this is true. I was in an abusive relationship, and I never thought I would tell nobody. But you know what's crazy? I didn't even know that I was in one. Because growing up, I used to see bitches get their ass beat outside apartment complex.
Right.
And in the house. In my family. So whether they were being abused on or they were abusers, I've definitely always been around domestic violence or whatever. But I would never see the women fight back. So here I am thinking I'm in this relationship, I'm fighting back, and I'm doing something different. It's still abuse.
Right.
And so when I realized I was in an abusive relationship, I was like, shit, I gotta get off this motherfucker. And I didn't even know how to leave, to be real with you. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if it wasn't for prayer, I don't know how soon or not so soon I would have left. That probably sounds cliche, but I feel like I needed prayer to build up that strength and the confidence to even leave.
I mean, I feel like there's echoes of hope in the poem.
Yeah.
That kind of pop up back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust that God got me. Never know how many lives I can save. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Gotta play the cards I was dealt. I would say, like, have the biggest heart and will give my last to my loved ones. Like, it's like a back and forth between, like, all of this shit is heavy.
Right.
All of this shit burdens me, but I'm still hopeful for better days.
Right.
Like, I'm still hopeful that things are gonna move in a certain direction for you. You know what I'm saying? That's what I feel like kind of speaks out of this poem. And then also, like, your dedication to, like, being a light for others, like, trying to be a light for others. You even mentioned that in the previous poem. You know what I'm saying? That you give light to other folks.
Right.
So it's almost a part of, like, telling your story and healing yourself is to help create more hope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's exactly where I'm going with that.
Yeah, that's kind of like what I was getting from it.
Yeah.
And I really enjoy the piece where you kind of question God.
Yeah. That's really how I felt. Like, man, I ain't gonna lie, I questioned it because, like, nothing's changed.
Right.
You feel me? So do you hear me? Do you see me? Are my prayers not loud enough? So I got questions. Where was you when X, Y, and Z took place?
When I was a Christian, that's one of the things that used to annoy me the most about people is when they be like, "Don't question God. Don't."
Like, what you mean?
Fuck you mean? I don't even want a God I can't question. Like, what you mean, blood?
Right, I got questions.
Some gotta shake. Some gotta shake. Make it make sense at least, or something like.
Real.
We're not gonna just sit here and be on this turbulent ass. Right. Yeah. And then I can't ask no questions. Yeah. I want to know if we're crashing. I want to know what direction we're flying in. Like,
I feel
something has to give.
Yes.
So I think this is something a lot of people kind of struggle with. You know what I'm saying? Being able to kind of speak it out.
Yeah.
And exemplify it. Like, I question what's going on because I feel like I'm doing my part. Now, where's your part?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything wrong with saying something like that. So I feel like that's super relatable. That's definitely something, like, people might not want to admit it or say it, but this is what people's minds be going to.
Yeah, because, like, the line when I questioned where was God when my cousin was murdered, I was hot. I needed answers. Like, why did you let that happen? We was only 18, and, just what the fuck? I was hot. Like, ooh, girl, couldn't nobody just make me not be angry with God and not question that, because I'm really looking like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? We
And
grew
you
up
questioned several times
Christian.
in this poem.
And yeah, because, again, what the fuck? So, man, I was really hot during that time, for sure. But like you said, I don't feel like nothing wrong with that either, questioning shit, because it's like, well, make this make sense. Help me understand what's going on. Like, they say be obedient and be faithful, and I feel like I've done that, so what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, what more do I got to do? But, yeah. And
go ahead.
Oh, my bad. My other favorite part is still leery, yet walking into my purpose. May be beautifully broken, yet so nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even, I don't know if this will make sense, but it's like, even though I knew this day was coming, I was like, and I love poetry. And even though I feel like this, and I feel like poetry is my calling and my purpose, but being on here, thinking about it, I was nervous as fuck. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, although I feel like this is very deep and personal and is nerve-wracking to share sometimes, but I need to get it out. You feel me? Not even just for the people, just really for me. Because I actually healed a lot from this.
That's good.
Honestly.
That's
so
deep.
It doesn't affect me no more. But again, like me talking about certain things will be in other poems, because I feel like there's a part 2 that I'm working on right now. Where I'm at in life in this present moment.
I recently heard, I can't remember where the fuck I heard it at, because somebody said it. But like I recently heard, like, if you're not nervous and you're not like feeling jittery about the step that you're making,
right,
then maybe it's
not for you.
Yeah, like you should be nervous,
right?
Because that kind of confirms that you stepping out into that purpose and into that unknown.
Yeah.
You pushing yourself forward.
Yeah.
Into your passion and direction.
Facts.
So it's like, yeah, you should be nervous. This shit should be a little like, oh my god,
I knew the day was coming. I was like, oh shit, I'm about to be on the podcast. Oh man, I was so scared. And then I'm like, and I knew what I wanted to read on here, but it's like the other one. This one is personal as fuck, you know. So even though I healed from it, it's still like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
it's big. It's big to share. I think it's very deep.
Thank you.
And it speaks to like not just your experience, but a lot of experiences that people are having.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna connect to people. You know what I'm saying? Like
I'm really hoping for that.
I think people will hear it and be like, well, damn, how did she know?
Right.
You know, like, right. Damn, I'm not the only one.
For real.
Damn, someone else spoke for me.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then towards the end, I have till I remind myself of Corinthians 16 verses 13. Be on your guard, stand firm in the faith, be courageous, be strong. I didn't know how I wanted to end the poem. And I somehow came across that verse because I don't know if you've ever been there before where you just like, I'm about to open the Bible because I need something to speak to me. And I felt like, when I saw that, I'm like, this definitely speaks to me. I'm like, this is where I'm at right now, and I need to put this part in the poem or whatever. Yeah. So that's where I came up with that.
That's the divine to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sometimes just certain shit calls out to us, to us. You know, when we do tarot, if a card falls out the deck, like that card is meant to be. So
it's definitely
we're not putting that card back in the deck. That it popped out for a reason.
Facts.
So I definitely can relate to that.
Facts.
Yeah, I think this was really, really dope, and I thank you very much for
of course,
sharing it.
I'm trying to find this little piece, if you don't mind me sharing. It's very, very short.
Okay.
If you got time, it ties into this, but I'm trying to find it right now. Sorry. But yeah, I'm glad you have me on here. This is fun. But I was hella nervous.
Ain't no need to be no nervous.
I know you and everything, but I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I try to keep everything pretty simple, pretty chill.
Yeah.
Nothing too violent.
Nothing too violent.
Because the focus is on, what's being said.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really the focus. And that's where I want people's attention to be, too.
Right.
So, we keep it... And I want people to be themselves, speaking their words.
Facts. Yeah.
We're not going to change nobody's words or nothing like that.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
like that.
really important. I found the piece. This is hella short. I was asked to join... I asked to be a part of this challenge for a mutual friend of ours, poetry, before my page got hacked. It was I write poetry, ... So, when I wrote this, I wasn't thinking nothing of it. But now where I'm at in life, I'm like, this actually this is very fitting for me. I write poetry to share my testimony in hopes it'll reach people on their spiritual journey. To the ones that's fighting demons and the ones who only know survival. Still trying to find a better way. However, those inner child wounds doesn't easily go away. My poetry are for the people who dream of being in heaven, yet only familiar with hell. Those who live in their head, who carry deep, dark secrets that can't trust a soul to tell. Yeah.
That's deep. That definitely connects.
Right.
Definitely connects.
I didn't even plan on reading this, but I just felt compelled to share that.
Yeah, that's what's up. Thank you once again. Everybody shout out.
Thank you, Kiki.
Love Nikki. You got any handles or any things you want to plug?
You know what? I'm not telling everybody what I'm working on right now, but I've definitely got some things going on.
Exclusive.
Yeah. When I'm really, really ready to share, I definitely will make an announcement. You feel me? But I do got some things brewing though. So yeah, you can follow me on
how can they get to you?
Twitter, because you know my IG got hacked. Twitter
haters never prosper.
Man, for real, and they not. Twitter is at Crave More Quotes, or you could probably still look up Love Nika, LUVVNICA. Yeah.
Whoa.
Am I gonna hear the infamous song?
Oh no. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Talking Out the Side of the Neck. A Poet Speaks.
Oh, yes.
Whole lot of gang shit going on.
Whole lot of gang shit.
Catch y'all later. Be easy, stay breezy. Don't get kidnapped by no white peasies.
Oh, shit.
Can't even get up.